Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Sarah Noble here with your Monday edition of FSU weather. We have a beautiful look over Doak Campbell Stadium today. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's going to be a fantastic sunset, mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies, and it's currently 80 degrees with quite a bit of wind, which I personally like. It makes me feel it makes me feel like a model with the hair blowing in my wind, the wind blowing in my hair. We have not too much happening right here over Tallahassee. There's going to be some clouds coming in, and that's going to be associated with a cold front. Tonight, it's going to be 55 and mostly clear, again with a slight breeze that should make it really nice. Tomorrow, it's going to be 73, again with that nice breeze. We do have a cold front coming in, is going to be absolutely great. And today, we have a sunny turn of events, a break in the rain, and weather trivia. All that and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening and welcome to your Monday edition of FSU Weather, where the theme of tonight's show is going to be a stubborn northerly wind that's going to persist over the next few days. The good news is that's going to bring some drier air, so when you step outside, your hair is not going to puff out and make you look like Albert Einstein. However, it may not be the best weather for the beach through the week. However, with finals coming up, that's probably a good thing. You are going to want to stay inside, or maybe it's going to be perfect studying weather outside on the screen because your pages aren't going to stick together from the humidity. However, if you were at the beach this past weekend like me, you probably experienced that very intense sun. Our UV indexes are approaching 10 throughout the parts of this week where it's going to be sunny with very little cloud cover, and as a result, you're going to have to watch out for sunburn if you are staying outside. I personally experienced that this weekend. Not fun. Don't recommend it to everyone. But for a look at how our trends are going to be for the next week, here is Ally with your local one.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. So currently at Doak Campbell Stadium, we're seeing some partly clouded skies. We've got beautiful sun peeking through. As the day goes in, we're going to continue seeing some 17-mile-per-hour winds. But right now, the satellite radar, very clear skies in Tallahassee. We see some cloud cover over the top of Tallahassee, but nothing really to note. A very nice and dry day for Tallahassee. Currently 80 degrees in Tallahassee, 79 in Bainbridge, and 78 in Valdosta. So it is a little bit warmer in the Big Bend area. Water vapor, that nice brown, that is some dry air that we are seeing. So Tallahassee is going to continue being dry for the most part, continuing into maybe the following day. Currently 62 in Tallahassee for that dew point. Notice how far that is from our regular temperature. So that means we are seeing these dry conditions in Tallahassee. We're going to continue seeing that a little bit northern into southern Georgia. So that wind speed and direction, 17 in Tallahassee. Quite sticking out with that strong wind moving northerly, so that is going south into the Gulf. So we're bringing in that dry air from the states. We're going to continue seeing that. Now that that cold front has passed through, we're going to continue seeing some of those drier conditions. The marine forecast, look at those winds, 20 knots, guys. That is going to be quite hazardous, quite dangerous. It's a little bit cool on that water temperature, 71. We have a small craft advisory. So make sure to be careful if you are going out today on the Gulf. It is going to be a little bit dangerous if you're going to be fishing or going to be in a small craft. So the day planner forecast, 58 in the morning is going to warm up all the way to 71. That is that range and diurnal temperature, that lack of cloud cover. We're going to be seeing that dry air. It's going to be warming up a lot. It's going to be breezy at 12 p.m., 65. So we're going to be experiencing some cooler weathers, but it's going to be warming up a little bit as the day goes on. So currently, the next 48 hours, we see that wind moving in from the north. Then we're going to continue seeing some moisture coming in from the Gulf. It's going to maybe get a little bit more moist, but mostly dry conditions for the Big Bend area in the next 48 hours. The week ahead, we have some drier, more sunny temperatures, mostly for the beginning of the week, but it's going to get warmer as the week goes in. So we're going to see some sunnier temperatures, some sunnier conditions as the week goes on. So now let's pass things over to Sarah, who's going to talk more about our southeast.
Thank you, Ale. So in the southeast right now, temperature-wise, we have a pretty wide range of temperatures, all the way from a warm 85 in Orlando to a crisp 64 in Jackson, Mississippi, and all around that as well. Obviously, as we get further south, there are going to be warmer temperatures as seen in Miami and Tampa and Orlando. But again, as you go north and northwest, it's going to be a little cooler. The dew point right now, it's going to be a little bit muggy, not too bad. Over in these green areas is where it's going to be a little bit muggy. But as you can see, when we go all the way up, it's going to be that lighter shaded green over in Montgomery, Atlanta, and Jackson. That's going to be a little bit drier. And then over up in Little Rock with that really low dew point, that is going to be really dry up there. Right now we have some winds coming from the north down south. As you can see, when we get closer to the coast, there are going to be some higher temperatures as those winds cascade off the coast into the ocean. So here in Tallahassee, we have 17 mile per hour winds, and then over in New Orleans, we have 15, and it's actually the most wind we have right now is in Atlanta with 20 mile per hour winds. That is pretty strong. And then over in Little Rock and Toledo and Jackson, nice and low at 9 and 10. Right now, we're going to see some cooler temperatures coming in with this cold front coming in. We have a low pressure system going to roll through the southeast. It's going to bring some clear skies right behind it and some cooler temperatures. Nothing too crazy like we were seeing over in February and March, but it's going to be better. Over the next 48 hours, temperatures are going to be fluctuating a lot. Over in Dallas and Fort Worth and Oklahoma City, it's going to dip down into the 60s and then heat up all the way up into the crisp, scalding 90 degrees and mid-90s. So please, if you are in that area, be careful, drink lots of water to avoid that heat stroke. And then over in Tallahassee, Tampa, Orlando, we're going to have some lower temperatures with highs of 79 over the next 48 hours, all the way up to 83 in Naples. Water vapor, that brown, like Ale was saying earlier, means that we have some pretty dry air. And with that coming in, it will be a little moist coming in later. But for right now in the Tallahassee area, it is pretty dry. And then in the rest of the southeast, it is a little bit more moist. Now, over the next 48 hours, you can see with that cold front is going to come in all that dry air. So we're going to have some lower dew points coming in, unless you're over in Texas, where looking over at Texas, you're going to get that dry air coming in from the west just right at the end, but it is going to be pretty moist for there. And over the next 48 hours, we have the winds that are coming from the north heading down south, and then they're going to curve all the way to the west and head back up. Going to bring a little bit of clouds, maybe some rain over in the Midwest. And then for today, the storm outlook, we have just some thunderstorms over on the East Coast with a marginal risk for storms in Miami. Going tomorrow, Wichita, and then still over in Texas, it's not going to be too bad. For the Southeast City Spotlight, it is Wellington, Florida, 81 degrees and thunderstorms. And for tonight's forecast, nice and low, beautiful temperatures about 45 degrees. And for tomorrow, highs of 74 and 75. Now I'm going to hand things off to Jessica for the lifestyle.
Absolutely. We've got some great things planned for you guys this week. Right now, a couple clouds in the skies. We look over in the Sportsplex, kind of in the distance there. We got some of those clouds over St. George Island, too, further down south on the coast. Still some clouds around the region. Good news is that sun is poking through. We do have some beautiful weather going into the evening. So if you do have plans this week, probably not flying out as finals week is approaching. You're probably busy studying, but if you are, here at Tallahassee International, cloudy, no delays. So we're still up in the 80s. Hopefully we'll dip down below that soon. And if you're flying anywhere on the board, we're looking at beautiful temperatures, except for maybe New York, where it's cloudy, maybe some mixed precip there. We're going to see later in the National. We'll give you a hint of the weather up there. But as for tonight, we are going to have those clouds passing through, but we have a green star, so you're good to go stargaze if you want to take a stab at that tonight. Once again, maybe a few clouds floating in and out, but going into the night, we should be seeing clearer skies. And into tomorrow, those clear skies are going to be 100% forecast for you guys. So tomorrow morning, though, looking at temperatures in the 50s, and as you get throughout the day, 63 at 11 a.m. So if you want to wait for it to warm up to take your dog for a walk, might want to wait a couple of hours if you are an early riser so those temperatures warm up for you. Wednesday baseball, 7 p.m. First pitch versus Georgia Southern, 75 degrees throughout the night. Cools off to the low 70s by 9 p.m. Maybe a couple passing clouds, but it's going to be a great night if you do want to go out and catch some baseball. As for Thursday softball, 8 p.m. 76, once again cooling down into the low 70s. A beautiful clear night for Thursday. And then Friday softball as well. Very similar forecast. Game starts at 6 p.m. though. We're going to start at 83 and get down to the high 70s that night. So a little bit warmer temperatures as we're going throughout the week. But for weekend res forecast, as you're looking at maybe some pre-exam relaxation before finals week, it's going to be 87, hot and sunny. We'll keep you guys updated through the week if anything changes. So definitely tune back in throughout the week as we'll give you that weekend forecast and possibly look into your finals week. As for this week, though, we're looking at suns all around. A little bit cooler tomorrow at 73. Our lows are going to stay in the 50s. But once again, throughout the week, beautiful temperatures in the 80s. So if you guys do want to take a break from studying, maybe go out to the pool, go down to the res, it's going to be some great weather this week. So definitely take advantage of that before things get crazy with finals. Now, I am going to throw things off to the desk. We have a fun weather trivia for you guys.
Hey guys, I'm student meteorologist Sarah, and I'm here with Ale, and we have some trivia for you guys tonight, some weather trivia. So let's see what that's about. I'm excited for it, for sure.
I'm a little bit nervous.
A little nervous.
Test my knowledge on this.
I know, me too. I mean, I'm not even a meteorology major, so I hope I know all of this.
Yeah, I hope my curriculum will come
I would hope so.
Be useful
All
here.
right, so let's see. First one we have, what line on a map connects equal places of pressure? Ale, do you want to answer this one?
I do know this one.
Now what do you think it is?
I believe it is isobars.
Isobars. Now, can we see that answer? It is isobars. Fantastic. Let's see that next question now. Short bursts of high wind speed are called what? I think I know that one.
You think you know that
I
one?
think
Why
I
don't
do.
you go ahead and take this one?
I think it's called a gust. And it is a gust.
That
Look
is-
at me go.
Look at you.
I'm so proud. Anyways, what is our third question of the day? What causes the Coriolis effect? I'm going to give that one to Ale.
Really?
Yeah, I really am.
You think I have it?
I think you do.
I'm going to say it's the Earth's rotation.
The Earth's rotation. Now, is it the Earth's rotation? It is the Earth's rotation. Look
Oh
at you
my-
go.
It's almost like I'm a student meteorologist.
It is like you're a student
that crazy?
meteorologist. It's beautiful. I love it. Now, let's see that fourth question. What is everyone's favorite day of FSU weather? You know, I'm always on the Monday show, so I love Mondays, but my favorite day of the week is Friday.
You know,
so what are you thinking?
I'm going to have to agree with you. I personally love FSU Weather Fridays.
You do
we
love
have
Fridays.
a lot of fun, but I would say, since it is Monday, it is a great way to start your week, doing FSU weather on Mondays.
It really is. Now, what do we have for the answer for that one? Monday!
Yay!
Correct, right? We love Monday. We love our producer, Josh. Is there a fifth question for us today? That's it?
No, mine.
All right, well, that's it for our trivia. Thank you so much for joining in. Now, I mean, that was fun. I really like that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean,
I had a great time.
me
That
too.
was good.
That
Good.
really
It was
tested my
nice.
knowledge. You know what? I actually.
You were impressive.
Oh, thank you.
You should change your major.
Okay, let's not get crazy here. But anyways, we're going to hand this off to Jonathan for Local 2.
That was great energy on the desk, y'all. And as we're speaking about energy, notice we're going to have a lot of solar power coming down onto our campus today. Nothing but suns and a few clouds. Gorgeous sunset going to come up here. Those temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer this evening as we await the cold front. Plenty of solar radiation coming in, so your temperatures are going to be at 80 degrees and dropping throughout the night with this brisk northwesterly that's going to eventually turn northerly wind at 17 miles per hour. Hold on to your hats if you're outside, but notice our general flow, not much going on radar because of the dry air we've talked about multiple times. But notice your clouds are eventually drifting down to the south, and that is eventually going to result in a drop in temperatures and a drop in dew point across our region. Here's that dry air we were talking about. These brown colors are representative of that air lacking moisture, just sort of settled in over Florida right now. That's why this cold front that we're talking about isn't necessarily producing a lot of precipitation super close to the front. I know usually when we say cold front, we're seeing thunderstorms. Those storms already raced off the coast behind me, off the coast of the Atlantic. They passed through last night. I don't know if any of you saw those frequent flashes of lightning last night, but none of that is in sight today on our local weather. 80 degrees in Tallahassee right now, perhaps a little bit of the urban heat island effect going on because most of our suburbs up in Georgia and Quincy are below the 80-degree mark. However, down by the coast, maybe in Apalachicola, we're getting a little bit of an onshore flow, and that is definitely going to be indicated in our dew points where we have the darker greens relegated just to the coast. So south of Perry and Apalachicola, you're approaching 70, whereas those of us up to the north, low 60s, it is a little bit less humid up here in Tallahassee. That's also evident in our wind speed and direction. Notice Tallahassee, we're really gusting at 17. Apalachicola has a little bit of westerly flow, but notice the winds are starting to turn a little bit. And as this northerly pattern dominates, we are going to see all of the moisture skedaddle off the coast, and that dry air is just going to pour in down from the north with maybe a few upper clouds that will help us create a gorgeous sunset through the next few days. But as we look at our temperature almanac today, we are a little bit below average, a little bit above average, pardon me, in both our high and our low. But these the low ends of these records may be challenged as we head into tomorrow. Notice, very cool start to your morning. You might need a light jacket as that wind is going to be a little bit breezy and maybe make your walk to class a little bit chilly tomorrow. But as we take a look at the look ahead, it's a lot of sunshine as we head into the seniors' last week of classes at Florida State. Taking a look at our finals week, not going to be much stormy weather on site. However, we might have some storms in our brain going on. As we're taking a look at the national, Jesse, is there any activity anywhere nationally?
Yes, absolutely. Here in Tallahassee, we have some beautiful conditions, but that's not the case for everywhere. As you guys are probably well aware, in the north, they're seeing freezing temperatures in the 30s. I'm very glad I'm not up there looking over San Francisco and Los Angeles. Very classic for them in the mid-60s with maybe some clouds, but absolutely beautiful temperatures. And as for our dew points, extremely dry out west, 14 degrees for that dew point in Albuquerque. But as we look into the southeast, as I think Sarah explained earlier, we do have a little bit more muggy things going on down here. San Antonio 50, New Orleans is 55, so you can see those greens associated with that cold front that's overlaying the region and also the stationary front. So maybe just some more moisture there. As we go throughout the week, though, we are going to see these dew points drop as that northerly flow comes in. Now, here's that cold front I was alluding to earlier, kind of draped right across Tallahassee right now with that drier conditions going to be behind it. But up to the north, we do see a low pressure system dropping a lot of snow over the Great Lakes region. And then out west, we see that high pressure that's going to give clear skies, much more beautiful conditions. Of course, we do have a system off to the west as well. So we do have a few things going on. It's not completely boring out there, okay? So all this moisture associated with that cold front draped across the east coast right here, bringing rain to a lot of these regions. But as explained earlier, we do have that dry air behind the front, which is what we all love to see. It's going to bring the temperatures down just a little bit and also give some drier air, so it's not so muggy and heavy outside. As for the northeast, they are seeing some snow and rain up there. We have winter weather advisories across the northeast and even some high wind warnings as we get up into Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. So here's that system that's up there. We can even see that counterclockwise rotation of that low with snow banning all across Pennsylvania and New York. It may be April, but they're still seeing some pretty nasty weather up there. There's a lot of mixed precip as well as heading towards New York City, though. They're just seeing a lot of rain, and there's some flood watches in that region as well. So definitely be careful if you're out driving. As for out west, there's a lot of high wind warnings as well as some winter weather advisories over the Cascade Mountains over in Oregon and Washington State, where we do see a little bit of snowfall happening over those higher elevations. As for the coast, though, you guys are just getting pounded by this messy rain up in Seattle where it's typically raining. So you guys are pretty used to that as we go throughout the week. And then as for our active alerts in the southwest, these are all some fire weather warnings along with high wind warnings. So that's just not a good combo if you are down in the southwest where you do see a lot of these heavy droughts that are going on. So definitely be careful if you have any plans for tonight. I would just recommend not doing any sort of bonfires as that can easily spread and get out of control very, very quickly. We do have some upper level clouds over the region though. So if you are outside, maybe you will get a little break from the heat and the sun. And then in the southeast, we are seeing some flash flood watches and warnings as we look into Mississippi and Alabama. And then as for Florida, we did have that high wind and fire weather watch going into today too. Southeast staying mainly dry for now with that rain off the coast of the Carolinas as it pushes up to the north, bringing that nasty weather away from here and up to the north where just I can say it belongs, right? Okay, so for our drought monitor, we do see we have extreme exceptional drought as we go out into the west, where a lot of those fire weather warnings and the high wind warnings are overlapping with those severe drought locations. So definitely just a bad combo if you are out there. Today's storm outlook, obviously we're seeing some thunderstorms just off the coast of the Carolinas today. As we go into tomorrow, out west they're going to see a chance for some of those thunderstorms, a marginal risk over Texas. And then as for Wednesday, that's going to shift to the east a little bit, bringing some more rain and thunderstorms to the Midwest region in between there and the eastern coast. Now for tonight, temperatures are going to drop in the north as we look at Washington, D.C. and Boston. Maybe some snow up in Boston, 41 degrees there. And as for tomorrow, though, temperatures are going to heat back up in the southeast, but in the north, they're staying pretty low in the 50s and 40s. So once again, very thankful I'm down here in Florida. But for now, I'm going to pass things off to Nico. He's going to talk about what's going on in Florida, actually.
Thank you, Jesse. So today is a much nicer day in Florida than what we've been seeing the past few days. It's 80 degrees in Tallahassee. It is a little bit cooler than it has been. The cold front passed through last night with the showers and storms that we saw. Some of those were severe. But if you're down further south in Florida, the cold front has not quite cleared you, and you can see that evident with the 90-degree reading in Fort Myers right now. And then for a look at your dew points, they are lower in northern Florida than they have been, which is why it's less humid. However, you get to South Florida and you got the muggy, hot summer heat that you typically have in Florida for a good part of the year. Everybody in Florida is kind of used to that at this point, so it's nothing new to us here. And look at your satellite and radar. Cold front's cleared Tallahassee. It is sunny. It is nice out here. It is nice out over all of North Florida, but then South Florida, where you have the heat and the humidity, you have a few storms along the sea breeze behind the front, and they are warned for severe thunderstorm warnings. And if you look closer, one of those severe storm warnings is on I-75 in the middle of the Everglades. The other one is near Lake Okeechobee. We'll have to watch out and see if these continue to hold together as they head towards Miami later this evening. If you know people in Miami, they might have some storms later this evening. And as you look at Miami, after the storms clear out this evening, it's going to be nice for the next few days. Drier, nicer temperatures, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. Much cooler conditions than it will be today and tomorrow. And to look at Tampa, it's going to be 85, 85, 87. This is pretty warm temperatures in the Tampa area. It's nothing new for Florida, but you're used to that by now. For Orlando, these are nice temperatures for Orlando. 79 degrees tomorrow, 79 degrees on Wednesday, 81 degrees on Thursday, with very low chances for precipitation on all 3 days. And then to look at your Central Florida satellite and radar, you don't have much here. All of it's down to your south. Front's already cleared you, and you're going to have a nice evening here. North Florida, the front's already cleared you too. You're also going to have a really nice evening today. It's not going to be anywhere near as stormy as it has been the past few days. And then for Jacksonville, nice weather in Jacksonville, 73, 74, 76. You probably won't see weather this cool for a long time because it is getting to that time of the year. Pensacola, 74 degrees, 75 degrees, 78 degrees, and pretty nice weather. And then a look at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be in the 70s all across North Florida, and then 80s and 90s in South Florida. And now I'm going to pass things off to Ale for a last look at your local.
Thank you so much, Nico. So taking a look again at Doak Campbell Stadium, those clouds have cleared up. That beautiful sun is shining. So we're maybe going to see quite a beautiful sunset this evening. But it is 80 degrees, partly cloudy, still with that nice breeze from the northwest at 17 miles per hour. That is a beautiful breeze, in my opinion. So go outside, enjoy that weather, maybe have a picnic. It is going to continue to be nice and clear in Tallahassee. We see some light cloud cover up in southern Georgia, but it's mostly clear, as you can tell, down here near Port St. Joe. It is just clear across the board for the Big Bend. So currently 80 degrees in Tallahassee, a little bit cooler up in southern Georgia, and actually warmer down in Apalachicola at 83. We're going to continue seeing these warmer temperatures into the week as we see these drier conditions
continue to warm us up. So the dew point, 62 in Tallahassee, more moist on Apalachicola at 68, and drier up in Bainbridge and southern Georgia. So that difference in temperature, that dryness is going to be because that cold front just passed through the Big Bend. So we're going to be seeing drier temperatures, some nicer, more sunnier conditions in Tallahassee. 17 miles per hour in Tallahassee. You see that wind coming southerly, so that is going to the south from the states. That dry wind is going to continue into the week as we see these conditions persist. So that day planner forecast, look at that, 58 in April, everybody. That's kind of crazy. It's going to be chilly in the morning at 9 a.m. It's going to warm up to 71. That diurnal change in temperature, that's because it's going to be nice and sunny the whole day. So we're going to see a lot of warming from that sun. The marine forecast, 73, hazardous right now. We have a small craft advisory, so be careful, everybody. Make sure to be vigilant if you're going to be going to the Gulf, going anywhere near the Gulf area. And that future radar still showing those winds coming in from the states. It's going to start turning a little bit as we see some moisture come in to the Big Bend area. And the week ahead, we have some sunny conditions and some more heat as we go in. So why don't we keep exploring what the weather is going to be feeling like at the desk?
Yeah, so as we are headed into finals week, the stress is heating up, those temperatures are heating up too.
Oh, 100%. As seniors, Jonathan and I are here at the Monday show, and it is becoming real for us as we go into the week. But it looks like a beautiful week ahead, okay?
We're going to be studying on Land to Screen together because not only do we have a hard final set up for the day before graduation next week, but the weather's perfect for studying outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I might be taking some breaks by the pool as well. Just think temperatures in the 80s. Now, tomorrow we are going to get a little bit of a break from that heat. We saw the storms last night. I don't know if you guys heard those, the thunder. We had a lot of people saying that their power was flickering, some internet was out. So the good news is, as you're studying for finals, we're not going to see any weather-related internet
You won't be able to
outages.
use that as an excuse.
Yeah, so you guys better study, get your work done. But once again, definitely take advantage of these beautiful temperatures outside, not only to study, but to take some breaks. Definitely take some walks to clear your head. You guys deserve it, so definitely as we're going into finals week, do some stress relief activities outside. Go for a run, go for a walk. It's going to be beautiful, guys.
It's perfect weather to take final studying breaks outside.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of the natural resources that this campus has to offer. I know as graduating seniors, Jesse and I are certainly going to miss that. This is actually our last Monday show ever, which is weird to think about. So trivia, when did we start the weather show, Jesse?
Oh yeah, exactly. Sometime in 2019. We were little baby sophomores. Anyway, though, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FSU Weather.
You're probably watching us live on YouTube, and even after Jesse and I aren't here, you can continue to watch us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. Same handle everywhere.
Yeah, if you guys want to get a laugh, go check out some of our earlier shows.
I called her a moron on my first show. So look how far we've come. We're closing out the show for your last Monday edition show of the semester,
for the spring, yep. But you guys have a great night. I'm student meteorologist Jessica Kirk.
And I'm student meteorologist Jonathan Marcus. Have a great evening, y'all.